Today we're going to talk about Kid Cudi. For those of you who don't know, Kid Cudi has had a recent resurgence in his career after his album Man on the Moon 3. He's gotten a lot of new performances. His video quality has gone up tremendously. He's got The Man Named Scott, a Kid Cudi story on Amazon. He just really got the movie star treatment. This I believe is from a movie called X that he's starring in, which is a horror movie. So he's really getting his just due in Hollywood. And I'm not here to. I want to put a disclaimer out. This channel is not to bash, but it is to sort of speak on things that I think the general public might miss. And here, this episode is on monopolies. Now, what is a monopoly? A monopoly, I believe, is when somebody or a group of people hold a majority stake in a situation, no matter what it is, business, a lot of times it happens, 2 or 3 buddies, titans of industries, meet up and decide we're going to just run stuff. I think that happens, and I have to speak on something that a few actors have spoken on and a few artists have spoken on, and that is the dress in Hollywood. Now, before you activate your hate, I don't care what another person does in the comfort of their home or, going out in this world to be comfortable being themselves. So I'm not like I'm definitely a Christian, but the Christian creed is, love others. So I'm not bashing the dress. I'm bashing the monopoly that the dress represents. So, someone who first spoke about, let me break this down. This is Ali Vegas. This is someone who, if you go watch this episode right now on Doggy Diamonds, he speaks about some of the things that he saw behind the scenes in Hollywood. And that is what I really want to speak on. A lot of people, for some reason, well, not for some reason, because they're desensitized. Social media has made everything a joke. So whenever people start talking about rituals, things like that, people are like, oh, been there, done that, ha ha ha, yeah, whatever. This is a perfect example of straight from the horse's mouth, someone saying what they saw. This is a very enlightening interview. Doggy Diamonds basically says he was about to become, Ali Vegas basically said he was going to be famous, and they threw this party, and he detailed what he saw at the party. And it was essentially African-American male actors, models, whatever. They basically had to do something sus to, hold on. Hey, Jackie, shut up. This cat, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Or shut up, respectfully. Anyway, they basically had to participate in just kind of crazy activity. Stop doing all that. Anyway, they had to participate in some crazy stuff, and basically they were gifted the fame after. And I think a lot of the public doesn't understand that. The industry wants you to believe that you can just earn it, but in a lot of times it's gifted. The fame is gifted. Now, why was I speaking about monopolies? Who else spoke on some of these things? Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle went on Inside Actor Studio. Hey, all right, this isn't going to work. You are too loud. 1 second, y'all. Anyway, Dave Chappelle went on Inside Actors Studio and told his story. And he said he was in a movie and they approached him and said, Dave, we really think it'd be funny if you wore the dress, Dave. Just wear this dress. And he said, no. He said within 5 minutes they came back and it was already rewritten. Monopolies. Why am I talking about monopolies? Let's say this. If I'm purple and I get into a certain space, ideally I would want to keep the platform open for everybody. But if I'm the type of, if I'm purple and I only want purple representation, well then I might make you have to like the color purple before I give you this look. And I use that example because I don't think it's only this dress thing. I think that in the entertainment industry, these gatekeepers, that's what they do. You have to do what they want. And many times in Hollywood, it's something emasculating. In my experience, society has this thing where you don't see too many just, how do I say this? A lot of famous African American male celebrities have that in common to some degree. They have all worn a dress of some kind, and I'm not like, this isn't bashing, but when I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people telling the same stories, I think it's strange to just dismiss it. I definitely believe there are people behind the scenes who are controlling access. Brandon T. Jackson is the final individual that I want to speak about. He wore a dress in Big Mama's house, I believe. Big Mama's. He was in lottery ticket with Bow Wow, and he says you can look all this up. He said in an interview that he feels that when they made him when he chose to put the dress on for Big Mama's, I think it was, he felt like he was cursed, and he said he specifically felt like it was a curse for him because he knew that was not something that he really wanted to do, and he said he felt like his career tanked. Now, thank God, he has seemingly recovered since then. His career has. But I think that the public is so desensitized and is so trained to just get outraged whenever someone speaks on certain stuff like this. Like, yo, how come so many people have to wear a dress and then they get these opportunities? How come so many actors are saying that Hollywood is trying to force people into certain scenes or force African American males who don't wear dresses to wear them before they give them certain opportunities? Why do we keep hearing this story? Do I care if someone wants to wear a dress? No. But I do care if there is a monopoly in an industry and people are gatekeeping opportunities unless you do what they want to do. And the dress thing is really the tip of the iceberg, because I genuinely believe there are people who are worshiping old gods in the industry, some of which who require human sacrifice. And I think that the public is so desensitized that they can do pretty much what they want directly in front of our faces, and the public will laugh it off and defend it. But I think this is one thing that they do. Kid Cudi has had a pretty long-standing career. I've been a Kid Cudi fan for quite some time. This honestly doesn't really affect my perception of his music. But I noticed he didn't get the HBO special back in the day before we saw him moving this way. He didn't get all these looks. One thing the industry likes to say automatically is, well, if a black man does something successful, people assume it's got to be something else. No, I don't assume that about everybody. You won't hear me say anything about Stevie Wonder. I don't know. I kind of feel like a lot of the people in the industry are sketch anyway, as far as what they're willing to do to get what they want, But if this coming from an authentic place, what can I say? You know what I'm saying? You want to wear a dress, you want to wear a dress. But if it is someone influencing, we've heard this story so many times. Again, I'm going to run these back. Go look at Brandon T. Jackson's interview about wearing a dress. Go look at Dave Chappelle Inside Actors Studio about the dress. That guy in the background, you can see certain things. Oprah, Dave Chappelle and Oprah, and go look up Ali Vegas, Doggy Diamond's no filter interview about the rituals that he saw. I don't like to just say things without any type of proof whatsoever. Um, but yeah, man, I feel like I had to speak on this. There's more topics that I'm gonna cover, but this is one thing. Wake up, y'all! Don't just assume that it's all everything is what it seems, especially not in the music industry. You know what I mean? Most definitely.